Welcome to the greatest show, episode 151. We don't have a title. It can be Cluster F or whatever. There's Bob coming back.
What's up?
There's Tricia coming back.
Hi.
And this is DJ. This is a test. I'm strictly recording off of Skype. We were mid-conversation before I shut them up so that I could start this conversation over again for the show. So, that's good because now I'm going to show you, Bob, all of my tattoos so that everyone can see them. And you'll all get to see how I break out when I get tattoos on my arm. So my first tattoo that I'm going to show you is my wife's, the ring I got for my wife because my ring pinches me. In case you were wondering, that is a cat in the shape of a heart.
Oh.
I like to say that he's more married to his cat than me, but he insists it's for me.
Next is, however you want to look at it, it's either a hydrogen atom or it's the Dr. Manhattan logo. Why is it not? Maybe
you're too close?
There's too much that's going on. So basically it's Dr. Manhattan's logo, but it's also the hydrogen atom. Next comes
Happy Naked Fun Time.
Next comes my 9-inch nails.
You should put your arm the other way.
I can't.
Oh, yeah.
Then let's go with the Decepticons, Cross-Gen, Mortal Kombat, obviously Doctor Who. The Captain's Pin from Star Trek, Shazam, the Mars Congressional Republic Navy, and Voltron. And all these little dots are a little rash that popped up. We thought it was I thought it was because of something I was using to moisturize the tattoos, but I stopped using all of the stuff and went back to the original thing, and it still pops up. So it is going away now that the tattoo part is done. So maybe I'm allergic to my flaking skin. I don't know.
You're allergic to tattoos.
I don't want to be allergic to tattoos. I have so many more to go.
Well, then
you'd be like totally covered in tattoos and dots. Yeah, totally worth it. What dog? Well, that dog. Which that dog is not leaving me alone. She's a very whiny dog.
Bob, it's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute since we've seen you.
Yeah. I
mean, we have chatted here and there, but you're not working like 90 million hours a week now.
I got, 10 hours a day throughout the week. And then on Saturday and Sunday, I'm doing just 8 hours. But Sunday is double time now, So I decided to take it easy on the weekend and only 8 hours.
And I know that, so without giving away personal information, do you have HBO? Oh.
What an odd question.
Do you have HBO?
Me?
Yeah.
But you just asked that.
I did. You froze up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh! Yeah, I do not. I still do not.
Okay. Well, then I can't ask you what you think of Watchmen because you haven't seen it.
The movie?
The TV series on HBO.
Who put that there?
Damon
Some
Lindelof.
really crazy people.
Yeah. It's wicked good. Ooh, what is that? Oh, that's a pizza roll.
It's really hot.
Bob just pulled a DJ.
Yes, he did.
We're gonna do not eat them? They're done.
Oh, hey, how do you like my my pork chops? Because I shaved the.
Yeah, that's like the photo negative of what I have. I have like just down the middle, and you have like.
Well, and I keep getting people going, "Hey, you look like Wolverine." I'm like, I've been growing this since September because I take a long time to grow a beard, and people are going, "Really?" I'm like, "You just noticed today." Yeah. All right.
Tell them No, sir. Wolverine looks like me.
Wait, does that mean they changed Wolverine for the movies to be like hot and skinny and buff?
I'm
Wow.
not saying anything.
Wow. Wow, indeed.
It's really hot still. Just saying.
Well, maybe give it a couple minutes, Bob.
I don't understand.
I know you don't.
The trick is to usually get some like ranch out of the fridge, even if you don't want ranch, because ranch is out of the fridge is cold.
So I recently learned that I like blue cheese dressing with my buffalo wings.
Something about blue cheese dressing. What? Okay. Why is it blue cheese? Like,
Because the bits of cheese in it is blue.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question.
Or is it kind of moldy or something, or there's got to be something more than just? I mean, it's not like it is drip. It makes me nervous.
Isn't all cheese technically moldy? Like, isn't that?
By definition, all cheese is mold, yes. But, so I never used to eat blue cheese or ranch with buffalo wings. I would just let my mouth burn and people laughed at me. Well, now I'm dipping it into blue cheese and I still get the sting, but the sting doesn't last nearly as long. And it tastes great. So, hi, puppy.
She likes them too. Everybody should have a dog. That way you never have to eat all of anything ever again.
Yeah, but some of us don't have time to take dogs out all the time.
Yeah, I don't have time either. I feel bad because I leave at like 3:30 in the morning and I don't get home until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I feel bad. But she doesn't have any accidents. She's a really good dog. And she goes outside when she gets here.
You should have a dog nanny. A dog nanny.
I got you. They had one of those in Peter Pan. Their dog was a nanny.
No, not the dog isn't the nanny. You need a nanny for your dog.
Oh, that's totally different, isn't it?
Yes,
I don't know.
It is. So my friend Tiffany, who has been on the last episode of this show, I think 150. I think she was on 150. Anyway, you and I would get along great with her. Well, I get along great with her, but you get along great with her too because basically she's us in a female form. Oh. Yeah. So, I was trying to tell her some of the Navy stories that I have told multiple times on this show because that's, why we started the show really. And I can't remember some of them.
No.
So
Nope. Oh, thank goodness. As long as you burn your tongue up, you can't tell any either.
Huh?
That's hilarious.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
the reason I'm stating the reason I'm stating that is because, well, they're all documented because I've told them all on the show. So, but I've gotten to the point now to where I don't remember some of them.
Oh.
And the people that used to prompt me with certain things to get me to tell them aren't around anymore because I'm in Portland and they're not. So, yeah.
So, I remember the first time I met you, it scared the hell out of me. Just standing off the side while I'm in mustard, just staring at me. Like all those people that were standing right around me, and I could tell that motherfucker over here is looking right at me.
Well,
and you were like...
Somebody had told me that you would be into role-playing games, and I needed to find out where you were so that I knew what you looked like, because somebody said that you were in, I want to say it was Charlie Company at the time.
That's not exactly what they said. because the question that you asked me wasn't about games, but it was along the lines.
Do you want to be a vampire or?
It was
like that.
Do you think you're
the guy
a
who thinks you're a werewolf?
Oh, there we go. That's what it was. I remember that now.
I mean, it all relates. We're good now.
Or vampire. I don't remember which one, but it was like, are you the guy who thinks you're? Yeah. I think you said it was that my roommate in Homeport, Bub, who told you that.
Oh.
I thought I was.
Hey, that sounds familiar. Yeah. Hey, listen. It's all good now. I know you're not a werewolf/vampire.
I mean, a lot could have happened in the last 20 years.
I mean, the ointment's working.
Hey, if you're a vampire, goddamn, you come over here and change me too.
Yeah, vampires are cool. I really like the whole vampire concept. I always have. I had the I was a big fan of the Anne Rice books. I read all those, which I'm sure both of you have read all those also. Or
I have read.
List.
I did not read. Point. Yeah, I didn't. I've read the first 3. I have not read the Body Thief one. I've gotten into it, but I'm like, this doesn't sound like something I care about, so I haven't gone past that. And I'm a guy that needs to do things in a certain order, otherwise I just can't do it. So.
Yeah. I didn't. The Twilight series, it started out, it had werewolves and vampires. I'm like, this is cool, there's werewolves and vampires. And then it got all weird. And
it's a love story, and that's not what we're after.
Yeah, I think that's where they ruined it, was with that love stuff. I mean, like, come on. We want violence, not love.
Well, and I do appreciate the fact that I got to stare at Kristen Stewart for, I don't know, 8 hours?
Yeah. That was pretty nice of them. So, I mean, you had like the Blade movies; those were good, and they had there's been lots of vampire movies and werewolf movies. But
have you seen that Blade is going to be rebooted for the MCU?
I have not.
So the guy that was Coppermouth in Luke Cage on Netflix.
Cage. I know I've seen the first season of that, but I don't remember.
He's only in like the first half of the first season. He's the guy that owns the club, and eventually he gets killed.
Here's my gaming shelf now is in my my little room here. There's that side, and then there is let's see here. That's just the one side. Is this upstairs? There's another side, so I have to turn it. It's on wheels and stuff, so I have to turn it to get to the other games. But, no, this is downstairs. Oh. What I did was I took my bed and dresser that were in here, and I brought those upstairs, so I now have the whole upstairs as my room, or my personal space. So, because I didn't like the fact that my bed was right next to the back door. I didn't like that. If we had company over or whatever, we either had to go around the house or they had to walk through my bedroom, and that's kind of awkward.
Yeah.
So I moved my stuff upstairs, and this is now, I wanted to make this kind of an extension of the living room, and right now it's a mess because of all the stuff but I wanted to make it kind of an extension of that. So I got my plates, my plants, and my gaming stuff, and I figured I would get some good lighting in here and a table, and this is where I would record me.
That's a good idea. As you see, my camera's got a wide angle, so I can get more of the behind me. I'm going to put decorations up to make it look like a TARDIS.
Nice.
I know.
So I mentioned that to somebody at work. It was kind of a new guy at work, and I thought of this before, and it really bothered me. But then I think I really kind of scared the new guy. And I said, he was asking about something about the machines, and my response was, if I was a time traveler, I'd have to keep a journal. He's like, what? And I was like, well, you know how old you are based on like the year that you were born up until the date that it currently is. But if you're a time traveler, you don't have that reference. I mean, you could be like, you'll have no idea how old you are. You will lose track of how old you are. You have to keep track of every single day that passes. what? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, new guy understands it. And that's how you train someone.
Yeah.
Okay. What? I don't know what the dog wants. Oh, this mess here is a pool table. I bought a pool table,
Oh.
and it's just here though. I have to like put it together and pay someone to come out and level it and refelt it. So
that sounds pricey.
from what I understand, it's about $150.
Oh, well, that's not so bad.
No. All right, this is the problem with the pupster. Is that she wants out, then she wants in, then she wants out, then she wants in, and then she wants out again.
And you don't have a fenced yard?
Yeah.
Well, the plan is in the backyard, I want to put a cable out there and then run it out to the other side. And see, and that's what she does. Now that she's out, she wants to stay right outside the door here, wait for me to walk away so she can scratch the door to come back in. But the plan is to then get, the cable and then a pulley, and then you can put the leash on the pulley, and so she can run that whole thing.
Mm-hmm. We kind of did that with our cats back in North Dakota, way back. Except we used our clothesline as what we attached them to.
Nice. And I felt really bad for my neighbor yesterday. Come on, Doug. Yeah. So I come home and the guy that she's got that comes over and lets her dogs out for her was really looking around and stuff. I was like, what's this guy? And he was really upset. Stopped at the thing at the sidewalk and says, "Wishbone."
Oh no.
He goes back in the house. And I'm like, I didn't understand what that was. I didn't know that was the dog's name, and it was just kind of weird for the guy to say a random word. I want to walk outside and go beach ball and walk back into my house. But it was, when I realized, I was like, you know what, I bet you that's that dog. So I went out, I looked out the back door, and, I started looking around to see if he was out there. And so then when the woman came home and she's like, our dog ran away, and it was a, I can't think of the name of it. The particular type of dog. Anyway, she said the dog ran away and everything. And so I suggested, I said, I had our dog run away once, and it was I got on the Facebook Lost Pets site for the area. And sure enough, they went looking for it again, and me and the dog took a walk to see if we'd find it. I even had a spare leash in my pocket. And then when I came home, I looked up on Facebook, and there was this dog. So she got her dog back thanks to that site.
Nice.
It was potentially like a terrible, terrible thing, but it got gooder.
Good or goodest? Look it up.
The gooderest.
The gooderest. That could be the title of the show. The gooderest. I got to write that down.
Of course, while we were in Puerto Rico playing said werewolf game, werewolf-vampire, and there was another game that we played that was, I don't remember what it was called.
Werewolf the Apocalypse?
Huh?
The Werewolf the Apocalypse?
We played Werewolf the Apocalypse, Vampire the Masquerade, and there was another, like Strange Worlds or Strange Lands or something like that.
Oh, my homebrew.
It was a homebrew game.
Strange Land.
So I had a sword and Wolverine claws. So I had like these badass,
For anyone that is interested in playing that, all source material is gone. I have a lot of it still retained up here, but I haven't used it in so long. I've really have to recreate the game from scratch. But essentially, you could be anything. I had so many character options. You had like 50 different species you could be. You had you could have all kinds of weapons. There was this huge globe you could travel on. There was so much to do and see. And my character sheets were really badly homebrewed because I had to do them by hand and then photocopy them because this was before, computers were really an awesome thing. Hi, puppy.
Puppy.
There's a thing where when somebody's not playing with her, she will throw. Oh, she's not doing it now. She will throw things to herself. Like if I'm taking the ball and I throw the ball and she'll catch it. And if I do that for a while, she'll start coming over to me and like taking with her head, flipping it up. So she's throwing the ball back to me.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that. Look at that entertained puppy. Yes. Look at that entertained Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did get my new vampire dice.
Yes, I saw the picture. I'm scared. I'm jealous because I want some.
Oh.
And I mean, technically, I could just go ahead and order some, and someone can't get too mad at me because.
Well, I mean, if you did that, all you have to say is, "Well, Bob got some." And
Yeah,
everyone
Bob got some.
Yeah, well, Bob doesn't have somebody to tell him no. I mean, I can tell him no, but he might not listen.
Yeah. I finalized my divorce, so I am now wifeless.
So that's the personal info that I didn't mention earlier. So that's why I didn't get that. But now that it's out there, I can talk about it all I want.
Yeah, I don't mind talking about it. I mean, it's something that happened. It's
yeah.
I'm not really ashamed of it or anything. I mean, it's just it happened.
Let me write that one down too. Now that.
I mean, if you need somebody to tell you no, just go ahead and message me. I'll do it.
Quick, tell me no. What seems to be the issue? It doesn't matter.
Just tell me no.
It doesn't matter what the issue is. Oh.
Now, you guys might not realize it, but right now you're on a tripod. How's it feel?
Nice. I love it. I love three things sticking out of my butt.
I feel like I may not fall over.
Yeah.
Right.
And this.
Hi, puppy.
And this is how recording should be. We should all be completely stationary without a lot of wobbly. I mean, we do display things to folks, but I want to point out to anyone that might be seeing this for the first time that while the arrangement of the windows is not great, because I have no idea what the arrangement is so far, because I mean, Skype's going to do whatever it's going to do. But
you guys are over there.
So
on
my screen, as I'm facing it, Bob is there, Tricia is there, and I am in between you guys up a little.
What? You guys are stacked.
Right. So I don't know how Skype is going to do this, but if this is your first time, this show started. My keyboard lost connection. Shut it off. This show started with me and Bob getting together to tell Navy stories and talk about geeky things. Then we added my missus to cook while we talked, and so there's several episodes where there's just food being made in the background. Ooh, that's an apple.
My apple. Mm-hmm. It's Jack Daniels.
Oh. Anyway, this is the first time it's just been the three of us in I want to say 60 episodes.
Wow.
50 episodes. It's been a long time.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time getting Bob's beer.
It's a long road. See, there's my dice. See how
happy. Ooh. They have stuff on them.
Our skulls on the red ones. The hell are the skulls, DJ?
That is a fail.
Bestial failure. I don't know. Does that
Yeah,
sound
those
right?
because those are hunger dice. When you roll those and you don't get any successes, you fail. You have a bestial failure, and that's bad.
You fail big time.
Yeah. Well, and there's consequences to it. Yeah. Without getting too inside baseball, Bob, have you gotten your character worked on yet? Because other people are already playing.
I saw that they're playing, and I have some of it done. I've got dots. I've got like some stuff, but and I had. You have to not you guys. You guys. The fact that I took the ball away from her that squeaked really loud.
Oh.
I have all
Oh.
of it, and then I got my description from you as to like you said, well, this is who you are, this is what you do, and this, and this, and I was like, okay,